Spotify doxing people to Land Rover being completely shut down because of a massive cyber attack to even Roblox's new age checks causing massive disruptions and privacy concerns. There's a lot to cover in this week's Breach Report. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dan and you are watching the Breach Report, where I talk about everything going on in cybersecurity, all the latest articles, all the latest news in one place. And it's also entertaining. Without further ado, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so Spotify users are freaking out because a song sharing feature exposes identities. So Spotify released a direct messaging service, yes I know, the most randomest of things to add to their platform, last week, and it's been causing major disruptions because it's been doxing people. Yeah, that's right, it's been doxing people's identities. Maybe asking, Dan, how does this work? Well, every link that you share, maybe sharing a song, contains a unique tracker. Spotify uses this to map the connections between accounts, even those shared years ago. So you could share a link and it's connected to you because it has a secret unique tracker which basically identifies you, your account. Even if you shared a song years and years ago on a platform like WhatsApp, like Discord, or any SMS service, you basically just doxed yourself, because what you've done is that unique tracker links back to you. It's simple. The connections that Spotify is making can unmask people who deliberately keep their online identities separate. Like this one guy had his real selfie on his Spotify account and has his real friends following him, so if his account shows up from suggestions to random people on the internet, they can easily dox him. Do people actually use it as a social media platform? Like, in all seriousness, who's using a photo on Spotify? Out of all the apps, Spotify. Yeah, for the meantime, maybe don't have your personal photo on there or anything, information in your bio or anything like that. Just keep away from it because Spotify need to fix this before something big happens. So yeah, on to the next story. This one literally came out, and this is basically Land Rover going into a complete meltdown because they've just been hit with a massive cyber attack. And the scale of this is insane. So Jaguar Land Rover staff to stay at home in cyber attack fallout. They've been told to stay at home until Tuesday, which is a good, what day is it today? Which is a good 4 or 5 days of no staff being in, except for the cybersecurity team. This attack has basically shut down the vital IT systems and everything to do with production. Car sales have also been heavily disrupted, production lines, but also external partners and suppliers which have been forced to restrict their operations, also affecting them. Basically meaning the simple cyber attack has caused a massive disruption to JLR, shutting down their production line so they can't make any cars. You know, this is a massive manufacturer, by the way. There's Range Rovers everywhere in the UK, so having them stop production is massive, along with having all their staff off for like 4 or 5 days now at the minimum is ridiculous. Their systems, it's like the whole M&S situation all over again. But yeah, serious disruptions for JLR. Not sure what's going to happen with them. If there's any big updates, I'll update you guys. But yeah, moving on. Okay, so the big one of the day, Roblox introduces age checks to use communication features. So yeah, Roblox has been under fire recently for its content, which you can see on there. It's really not filtered at all. And now they're starting to crack down on this since their stock went down and has recently gone back up again. But yeah, they've introduced this new feature which could change everything, but it's at the cost of data. Let's go through it. To put this into perspective, the initial response from Roblox's CEO, Dave Baszucki, if you're not comfortable, don't let your kids be on Roblox. But apparently the company thought better of it, and so yesterday Roblox announced a plan the age estimation to all Roblox users. When you use Roblox, you can have access to the chat. And the chat is usually, I think, in the corner, and you can talk to everyone in the lobby or everyone on the server who you're playing with, basically freely to say whatever you want. Of course, there's some censored words. We all know what they are. But now you have to be a certain age to actually use the chat. They're going to be using AI tools that scans selfies or short videos and compares them to a database to estimate the user's age. So what they're saying is, take a picture of yourself. Roblox's AI will use that to basically try and verify if you're over 18 or you're over 15 or whatever age you are, so that you can chat in the lobby. And of course, methods like facial scans, ID verification, and so on will store information on servers which can be breached. So not only are young people having to take pictures of themselves to try and get verified, it's also being stored on a database, which is of course vulnerable to any hackers to come along and be like, maybe I'm gonna try and steal that and try and extort the company out of some money. We've seen this recently with the Online Safety Act, with a lot of people having to verify their age, send a picture of themselves, some form of face ID, all goes onto a database, and that is susceptible to an attack. Same applies here. But of course, yet again, it's a two-edged sword. On one side, you have no moderation, and the other side, you have moderation. But in the middle, if you have the moderation, the data gets stored. Companies are meant to delete it. They're not meant to keep it. I'm not sure which way Roblox is going, but from these articles, I guess they're keeping it on a database, maybe to train the AI models. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, that's it for this week's breach report. A lot gone on. Spotify doxing people with the most randomest ways. JLR completely being shut down. Whole production line being completely cooked. And also, Roblox coming in with some moderation. Subscribe. I'm trying to reach 200 by the end of the year. Hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.